What's going on, MMA fans? UnrealEntGaming here today, bringing you some news, information, updates, predictions, and personal thoughts on CM Punk signing on over to the UFC. Now, a lot of people have been giving CM Punk a lot of heat, given the fact that he is yet another professional wrestler entering the octagon once again in his quest to become a UFC fighter. Now, one of many things I do want to point out is this. Now, number one, CM Punk as a wrestler for me was a very decent and entertaining wrestler. Every time he got on the mic, it was very, very good. I do feel as if his mic skills, his promo skills are very exceptional and needed for the UFC because CM Punk does know how to tell a very significant story. Although it is quite unknown as of this point what weight division CM Punk will be entering, let alone who exactly he'll be fighting when he enters the UFC. But CM Punk as an individual, I feel, should not enter the UFC as of this point. Now, a lot of people might be considering age to be a factor, saying, well, CM Punk, by the time he enters the UFC and has his first fight, will be around 37 years old. And granted, yes, that is true, but as he himself even pointed out, there have been other former UFC champions that have started, in the UFC back when they were in their, late 30s and whatnot. So for me, it is very exceptional at this point to see where CM Punk goes because, after all, in his podcast with Colt Cabana, he did mention the fact that WWE was very grueling in terms of scheduling. His health was, pretty much diminishing because he had Ryback break his ribs. He had Ryback pretty much dislocate his knee. There were other wrestlers within WWE that pretty much gave him a hard time, breaking ribs, breaking knees, and whatnot. And yes, WWE is very grueling to endure. Shit happens. But if you're going to complain about health, especially in the WWE, then why exactly would it make sense for you to enter an octagon and, just jeopardize your health even more? Now, personally, for me, I have nothing against CM Punk entering the UFC. I do feel as if it will increase his reputation and his net worth to be a much more suitable draw for the company, because after all, CM Punk will be a significant draw in terms of buy rates, in terms of sales, merchandise, and whatnot. So it's a very good thing on Dana White's part to have CM Punk included in the UFC. Of course, having to contradict himself during many of his, quote-unquote interviews with Colt Cabana, I do feel as if, CM Punk is doing this for the money. Of course, he does work for Marvel, so he is making Marvel money. But of course, why else enter the UFC? I'm not trying to say that, hey, since you're a former wrestler, you can't do anything else anymore. Sure, of course you can. If you're a former wrestler, if you're a human being, you could do whatever the hell it is you want to do. You can go into Hollywood, you can go into MMA, you can go into real estate, you can go into video games, you can go into basketball, football, baseball, soccer, hockey, swimming, whatever the case makes be, whatever makes you happy as an individual, you can go about that. Now, CM Punk is going to be 37. Who exactly is CM Punk going to fight? Now, of course, this is a business. I do want to point that out real quick. Any MMA fan, any UFC fan, any wrestling fan, any fan for that matter, has to note that this is a business. This is an individual business that thrives on money. Now, a lot of people are going to say the UFC is 100% legit. How do you know that for a fact? Do you work for the UFC to know what goes on behind the scenes? So I feel as if, yes, the fights are real, everything is real, but sometimes, in terms of a business standpoint, the business like UFC could be rigged. And this is why I feel that way. I do feel, and I'm predicting this right now, that CM Punk will actually win he will win his first fight in the UFC. The reason why I say that is because they need to protect CM Punk's assets. They need to protect the well-being of CM Punk in terms of a business standpoint. That way they can draw even more money. If CM Punk loses his first fight, his market value goes down. Nobody's really going to give a shit whether he fights or not anymore, because everybody already saw him fight. He got his ass kicked, so that's that. People would want to pay to see money to see this guy get his ass kicked. Now, for me personally, yes, everybody has like their own personal standpoint on how to be as a human being. CM Punk is not known for being a very caring, I guess you could say, or a very remorseful human being. He is a bit of an asshole, and you know what? That's perfectly fine. But in the octagon, we're just going to have to wait and see how CM Punk can deliver on many different aspects. Can you imagine if he's within the same weight class as, you know, Anderson Silva or any of those fighters. You know, Anderson Silva, for me, despite having his legs being broken twice, it's considerably the most talented fighter within the roster, you know. Of course, Jason David Frank, the former Green Ranger from Power Rangers, wanted to challenge CM Punk to an MMA fight. Whether he accepts or not, who knows? There have been an exceptional amount of wrestlers who've tried the UFC or tried MMA, and they've either succeeded or failed. Brock Lesnar succeeded. Batista had his first MMA fight, and that was basically it. Bobby Lashley had succeeded, and Bobby Lashley is a very ruthless fighter. We had Ken Shamrock, we had Sean O'Hare, and now we have CM Punk. The only difference for CM Punk is the fact that he's not built like those guys. CM Punk is not 6'2", you know, 260, 70, 80 pounds. CM Punk is about 6 foot, you know, leaning on to like 195, 200 pounds. So depending on how much weight he loses, he might be in the middleweight division, in the light heavyweight division, wherever he decides to go. There will be a lot of competition waiting for him. So let me know in the comment section below, guys, on who exactly would you guys like to see CM Punk fight for his very first fight, and let me know in the comment section below on your thoughts and your opinions on CM Punk going to the UFC. Do you guys think it makes sense? What are your overall opinions about it? Do you guys like the fact? Do you guys hate that fact? How do you guys see things playing off for CM Punk? Because this could go one of many different ways, actually, for Punk if he doesn't get his act together. So I want to hear your opinions on, do you think he can fight? How do you think he can fare off in the UFC? And who do you think his first opponent is? Let me know. So, once again, everybody, thank you all for watching. My name is UnrealEntGaming. If you guys are wrestling fans, MMA fans, UFC fans, don't forget to subscribe to my channel for all latest news, information, and updates. If you guys enjoyed the video, don't forget to hit it up with a like and a favorite. Leave your thoughts in the comment section below, everybody. As I said, this could go one of many different ways for CM Punk. CM Punk left WWE because of creative purposes. Of course, everybody already knows how WWE is. They're very grueling on the schedule. UFC, I do believe you fight once in a blue, probably once every few months, whereas opposed to WWE, you're always performing every single day of the week. You know, like I believe it's Mondays through Thursdays, you're consistently traveling and performing, and that really puts a toll on, you know, people's bodies, especially for CM Punk, because he did note how you know, the WWE was pretty much just overusing his body, and he couldn't do it anymore, and his health issues were catching up. He was having staph infections. If you guys want, go on ahead and check the interview out with CM Punk and Colt Cabana. But as I said, everybody, it's a very interesting time for CM Punk, because I do want to see where CM Punk is going to fare off when he enters the UFC. Who exactly he's going to fight? Could he fight Waldman? Can he fight Silva? Who knows? I mean, either way, he is. I really doubt he will be entering the heavyweight division, because if CM Punk enters the heavyweight division, quite frankly, I do believe he'll get his ass kicked. Whether or not the guy can fight or not, we're going to have to wait and see what happens when CM Punk does step foot into the octagon in 2015. It's going to be a very interesting time for him, because he will be drawing a lot of attention. He's making Marvel money, he's making UFC money, so at this point, we're just going to have to wait and see. But as I said, everybody, let me know what you guys think. Thank you all for watching once again, everybody. My name is UnrealEntGaming. I hope you guys stay tuned for more, because there was a lot more CM Punk coverage where that came from. I really hope you guys enjoyed. Stay tuned for more. As you guys saw, this fight right here was absolutely grueling. But the question is, could CM Punk endure a fight like this with any of the professionally trained UFC fighters? We're going to have to find out. So thank you all for watching, everybody. Once again, stay tuned for more, and I'll be seeing you all, each and every single one of you guys, in the next episode. Take it easy, everybody. Peace.